Now, this has hit this community particularly hard because it happened not far from here. In fact, one neighbor tells us she was shot right down there, that she was able to stagger backwards until she ended up underneath these cherry blossom trees. This is where she fell to the ground, they tell us, mortally wounded.
I just heard her screaming and I went to go look outside. She was just screaming that I got shot, I got shot, I got shot.
Soon the teenager was calling for her mother.
She was screaming for her mom, and I think she knew she was gonna die, because she was screaming, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. 17-year-old Dea Sims had a smile that would make anyone's day brighter. Described by family as happy, bubbly, and energetic, she loved dancing and hanging out with friends. She was truly just your typical teenage girl trying to find out who she was in this world and where she fit in. And like a lot of teenagers, she didn't always make the right decisions. After the death of her brother in 2018, Dea's life started heading in the wrong direction. Her friend group was sketchy, to say the very least. In 2022, Dea was said to be a key witness in the murder of a 14-year-old girl killed in a drive-by shooting after she was riding in a car with a group of individuals throwing up gang signs. Dea's exact connection to the murder was never released, but obviously her life was changed forever at that moment. Seeing a tragic event has a way of changing people. Some run as far as they can from the streets, and others cling closer to the streets. The latter was true for Dea, and it was obvious when she started dating 18-year-old Aiden Tyrell. Aiden was a wannabe thug who was trying to make a name for himself in the streets. He was trash right from the start. Everyone knew it, but Dea started a relationship with him anyway. It didn't take long for things to simmer out between the two. Aiden was jealous and controlling, and he constantly accused Dea of cheating. Eventually, she got fed up, and she ended the relationship. And that's when Aiden showed his true colors. Police say on March 21st of 2024, Aiden sent numerous text messages to Dea, threatening to kill her and himself. Shortly after, he pulled up to her home and he tried to convince her to come outside. But after she declined, he shot into a neighbor's apartment and drove away. Then 2 days later, on March 23rd of 2024, Aiden went back to Dea's apartment and convinced her to come outside under the ploy that he was there to just give back some of her belongings since the two were breaking up. Some sources have reported that he wanted to return a gun that he borrowed from Dea, but that was never confirmed by authorities. What has been confirmed is that when he pulled up and he seen Dea standing outside, he instantly opened fire, shooting her dead before pulling off. Police initially had no idea who was responsible for the killing.
Tacoma police say officers arrived at an apartment complex a little before 8:30 Saturday night. When they got there, they learned a teenage girl was shot. Police say before officers arrived, someone took the girl to a nearby hospital. But despite treatment, the girl died from her injuries.
She was walking up that way.
Dee lives in the complex near where the shooting occurred and says she watched Saturday night's events unfold.
I seen a car that was driving real fast, but at the same time, he stopped. Whoever it was that was driving stopped. And they, when they stopped, they fired one shot. Hi-ya.
So far, the police have not located a suspect.
Wonder if this happened to somebody that they love.
Meanwhile, Dee has a simple message for the shooter.
If you did it, you need to come forward and say that you did it and stop being a coward, hiding. You shouldn't have did it if you're going to be afraid.
Thankfully, 4 days after the murder of Dea, Aiden turned himself into authorities, where he was charged with first-degree murder, first-degree assault, drive-by shooting, and second-degree unlawful possession of a firearm.
In Pierce County, troubling new details in a weekend shooting that killed a Tacoma teenager. Court documents reveal a volatile relationship between the victim and the suspect, who made his first court appearance today.
On one count of murder in the first degree, one count of assault in the second degree.
This family is overwhelmed with pain. They're sitting a few feet away from this man, who's accused of killing their daughter.
and 1 count of unlawful possession of a
Court documents say that Aiden Tyrell was Dea Sims' ex-boyfriend. Police say he accused Sims of cheating on him. Then last Saturday, he stopped by her home and demanded that she come outside. Moments later, the victim's sister, who was on the phone with Sims, heard her screaming right before she was shot and killed. And prosecutors say that Tyrell tried shooting her earlier that same week.
Mr. Tyrell threatened to kill the victim. He went to that location, fired at least 1 shot, and then he came back 2 days later, lured her out of the apartment, and shot her to death.
Tyrell is facing 4 charges: first-degree murder, first-degree assault, drive-by shooting, and illegally possessing a handgun. His bond was set at $3 million.
My heart goes out to Dea's family, friends, and loved ones. And although Aiden is behind bars and will probably spend a significant amount of time there, it still doesn't bring back Dea. Her life was just getting started, and it's a shame that it was cut short in such a horrific way. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, create an out plan and get out now. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.